I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap. We all know the reason you didn't want to get divorced, because you didn't want the whole hoo-ha of lawyers and getting involved in that drama and divorcing and getting the, splitting up the assets. You get this, you get that. And, at least you got that care for him.
You are now listening to Pree Da Production with your host, Majaro.
Whoo! The Wicked Witch of Bel-Air has finally been exposed, though. At least she finally exposed herself and told the truth to the world at large. Jada Pinkett has finally blown the whistle on hers and Will Smith's relationship. I refuse to put the Smith at the end of Pinkett, because any woman who decides that she wants a double-barrel surname does not respect you as the man. I'm sorry, she doesn't respect you, your family, or your last name. Because if she can't drop hers for you, she ain't the one. J. Cole's famous words of "I want that Will and Jada love" ain't looking too lovely at the moment. For those who are not aware, Jada recently went out on a press tour for her new book. Because we all know whenever there's something popping with Jada, we all need to know, and it all relates to Will Smith. So, she's promoting her new book about her life and all the crazy, wacky stuff that happens in it. And one of the topics is her relationship with Will Smith. And because she's had numerous talk shows and guests and numerous interviews talking about her relationship, she has to come and, give us something new, something juicy that we haven't heard. We might have suspected it, but there was no real confirmation about whether they're still together, whether it's an open relationship, what is going on with Will and Jada, because from the outside looking in, it feels like she's embarrassing this guy every 10 seconds. But she's finally come out and admitted that her and Will Smith have been separated since 2016. So you're telling me Chris Rock got slapped for no reason? You're telling me that when she had her entanglements, she was separated from Will Smith? Golly, we need to hear it from Jezebel's mouth.
We are back 8:14 with Carson and Hoda's exclusive interview with Jada Pinkett Smith, and everyone's going to be talking about this.
Yeah,
Jada
she
Pinkett,
is one half
not Smith,
of Hollywood's most powerful couple. She's at the center of constant gossip and controversy, including that slap at the Oscars. She was sitting right next to Will Smith. And when we met up with Jada in her hometown of Baltimore to talk about her candid new memoir, Worthy, she opened up about an issue that has been kept secret until now.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now.
Yes.
Y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
For those who've been paying attention, we aren't shocked. We are not shocked. If you're shocked by this, then you haven't been paying attention. Because the way she talks about Will it doesn't feel right. There's no admiration, there's no care, there's no love. It's just like, yo, yeah, Willard. Oh, yeah, Will. Yeah, Will. Yeah, Will. It feels like he's just some side man just around. Oh, yeah, Will this, Will that. Oh, yeah, when Will this. And there's no, oh, yeah, my lovely husband. Oh, I can't wait to see. There's none of that. It's just, he's there, innit? And Will, I'm sorry, bro, but you picked the wrong one. You picked the wrong one. I bet you she's still hung over Tupac Shakur, a man that's been deceased for 25 years. Like, brother, you picked the wrong one. And it's sad because you were the Fresh Prince and she was a nobody. people still refer to her as Tupac's gal. Damn, man. It's so sad. Because she tried to portray that this relationship was perfect. They were the it couple. They were the it couple.
But in public, the couple, who married in 1997, denied the gossip about their marriage. This interview on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen was taped a year after Will and Jada separated.
So how long have you guys been together?
23 years.
Wow. That's amazing. How do you keep it hot?
How do I keep it hot?
She don't even know.
Maybe I don't know.
She's like, how can I lie? What can I say? Fuck it. It doesn't even matter. I don't know. I don't know, because nothing's happening. It's not hot. It's cold as hell. It's dry as the Sahara Desert. It's as frozen as Antarctica. Nothing's happening there. It's peak. And I don't even think Will wanted this. From what we've seen over the years, Will has not really talked about their relationship. It's her. All we're hearing is from her. Her point of view. Her side of the story. Her perspective. And this just points that it was her decision to do this. Will weren't putting enough wood for the fire. And it's peak. He just ain't the type of guy she likes. He's just not that guy for her. She likes a Tupac. She likes a thug. She wants that thug love, as he says. And it's sad because why now? Obviously, we got the book. But before I even knew she had the book, I was like, I mean, Tupac's anniversary of his death was 2 weeks ago. She put up a post of him and her dancing to a Will Smith song, which was crazy to me. Her loving up on Tupac while dancing to the French Prince. And you're just like, damn, she has no respect for that man. This is before, she finally confirmed what we know. And then Tupac's killer gets found and gets caught and now is investigated. And now she's releasing a book on her life, and you already know Tupac's going to be a heavy bit. It's going to be a heavy portion of that book. And now Will Smith's portion. It's going to be Tupac. How I love Tupac, but ended with Will. Come on. You can't write a better story than that. It's peak.
I'm baffled, really.
Yeah, right.
Over the next several years, Jada and Will kept up the appearance of a committed married couple. They even faced a scandal when Jada had what she called an entanglement with a family friend. Neither let the public know they had already split.
So I guess my question is, I feel like you're a straight talker.
I am.
No, she's not.
Except you're not sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So why do that? Like, what was the reason?
I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, And we hadn't figured that out.
During our walk in Baltimore, Jada reflected on their breakup.
Why did the relationship fracture?
Why it fractured? That's a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think by the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted with trying. I think we were both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
Jada says she considered a legal divorce, but could never go through with it.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever.
Stop the cap. We all know the reason you didn't want to get divorced, because you didn't want the whole hoo-ha of lawyers and getting involved in that drama and divorcing and getting the, splitting up the assets. You get this, you get that. And, at least you got that care for him. At least you got that care for him to be like, he's worked so hard. We've worked so hard. We can't just, how would we even decide, or how would we even, how would we even come to an agreement on, which one's yours? how much am I entitled to? Like, it's just easier for us to stay in this sham marriage and me be your wife than to go through the divorce. I'm gonna get my back blown out by this guy, and you can go with whoever. Because don't get it twisted, Will Smith has been involved with women from his movies, like Margot Robbie allegedly, and he's been pictured in intimate proximity with other women before that in the internet for you guys to see. So don't get twisted, Will's getting it in himself, but she's the only one that's out here doing a mazza and just making it bait. And now she's come out and said it. At least you've decided to be honest. At least you've actually come out and told the truth. And that's the only thing I can respect. You finally come out and told your truth. You finally come and done it. A bit too late. Should have done it in 2016, or, made it clear that you guys aren't the it couple, because don't get twisted, you guys were making bread off that image. And now that, the world has come to terms of, rich people cheating on each other, that's just how it is. Rich people falling out of love with each other and just messing with this person, messing with that person, and we all come together because, we don't want to stop being rich together. Finally, you come out and done the right thing.
And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
I have so many questions.
So do I.
I have so many questions.
It was the strangest kind of revelation to realize that these two people have had separate lives. I mean, they have not called each other husband and wife in all of those years.
Except for the appearance everywhere they went.
Except for the appearances, right? Including at the Oscars.
Yes.
And, by the way, there's a whole chunk in this book that we're going to get into in the Dateline special and also a little later here of what happened in that moment when he said, get my wife's name out of your mouth, that kind of thing. Yeah. There's a whole backstory there too. But Jada is candid and honest.
Apparently the backstory to that was Chris Rock hit Jada up for a date, apparently, once they had, come to the agreement that they were going to be separated. Apparently that's one of the things that irked Will Smith. How are you going to be saying, come on a date with me, and then disrespecting her in the same breath a couple of years later when she probably turns you down, and you didn't like that he hit her up when you had been separated, and then you just started to say, keep my wife's name out of your mouth. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And this whole situation is crazy. What do you guys think? Do you think that finally, we all saw it coming, you're finally telling the truth and standing in it and owning it? Or do you think that, this woman has been lying to us for years and she's been capitalizing off that image? And, J. Cole needs to rewrite that song, because we don't want that Will and Jada love, because this crap is toxic. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because it helps us grow the channel and it helps us beat the algorithm. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Kidding on my foes, even though I got it all on my own. Success sweet, yeah, it tastes like honeycomb. Dropping blood tears and even breaking bones. I'm sipping on Patron while aiming for the throne. I've been to hell and back and even